Hey everyone, welcome to my special 500k live. We're going to be talking here just for a little bit about content creation strategies, all this kind of stuff that will hopefully be enlightening to you guys as we kind of like take off into this journey of celebration. And it's been a wild journey, dude. I remember December 12th 2020 was when I decided to start making content every day. And we are now on freaking November 24th 2025. So it's been almost 5 years, a little bit under 5 years. And yeah, it's been a pretty amazing journey thus far. So I'm excited to kind of go with y'all. Let me here I actually have a little presentation for y'all that will be of interest. We're gonna let a couple more people kind of like mosey on in here so we can have a better kind of presentation here, but we'll just give people just a little bit more time. But yeah, welcome everyone to the 500k celebration. This is gonna be great. Yeah, what's up, Tahana? Hello from Iraq. Hello. Welcome everyone. Should be a really good time. Like I'm excited to see what we can do together here today in this beautiful Monday, and hopefully y'all are gonna have a beautiful Thanksgiving. And yeah, remember, stick around till the end of the live. We're gonna have some beautiful deals at the end of this live as well. So make sure that you are ready for that because this is going to be some of the best deals that you can possibly get. What's up, Lubo? Yo, Lubo, sorry I can't meet you, man. I'm literally driving to Utah right after this live. I'm in San Francisco right now, but I am bolting right after this. So I know I was supposed to meet you, but yeah, it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a really, really good time here, guys. We're going to start here in about 2 minutes. So it's going to be a really good celebration time. Yeah, it's been kind of stunning. It's been a stunning freaking journey for me, and like I'm excited to see like how we can kind of like step together, and you guys can learn, especially like if you guys are content curious, or you're trying to build a brand, or you're trying to figure things out yourself, or you're trying to become a full-time creator. There's like so many different other things to be thinking about here as like you're going through your life, but okay. Let's get into this. I think we're pretty much at a critical mass now. So all right, guys. So yeah, I just want to say thank you so much for coming and celebrating this special moment for me. Like I never really thought I would hit 500,000 followers on LinkedIn. It's been kind of wild. So what are we going to be talking about today? So we're going to be talking about a couple things here. How long it took me to get 500k followers. I have some interesting charts for you guys. We'll talk about my content values that supercharged my journey because I have a strong set of values that guide my content, even though it might look like a shit show sometimes. Then we have some other things here. We have what were my strategies that helped me grow. Talk a little bit about that. And then we'll step through a summary of all my viral moments from 2021 to today. And then we will end here with a special offer for my 500k celebration offer. So yeah, let's get into it. So here's a chart of my journey. So I made my LinkedIn account in 2014, and I had 100 followers, and they were mostly like my mom and my high school friends and stuff like that. I think that's how most people start their LinkedIn journey. It's interesting. By the time I got to Facebook, I 10x'd, right? So I freaking went from 100 followers to 1,000 followers by the time I got my job at Facebook. And it's a journey. But one of the things you might notice about this journey is the number of followers here freaking it looks very flat. It looks very, very flat from 2014 to 2020, but it's actually not. Right? I mean, if you look at it, it goes from 100 followers to 5,000 followers in those years, right? And in December 2020 was when everything changed. Obviously, you can kind of see in the chart that's when things really started to take off, and that's when I dedicated to posting every day. So at the time, I was looking at a couple different influencers. There was people like Ashwarya who was coming up, Ali Miller who was coming up. There's a bunch of other like data science creators who were like all coming up and creating. And I was like, wow, like, but there's no data engineering creators. Where the hell are the data engineering creators? And so I was like, I need to be that. I need to fill that gap. I need to be the data engineering creator. And so I was like, okay, I bet I can post I can post once a day about data engineering. And so that was what I did when I right around the time I got my job at Airbnb. That's what I started posting. And one of the things that you might notice is actually after I left Airbnb, my growth kind of slowed down a little bit. You notice like the step between 22 to 23, 23 to 24. You see how it kind of like is flatter. And then in this last year, we've kind of reignited growth a little bit again, right? So why did that happen? Well, I mean, part of it is I can't just keep flexing the brand of like I'm an ex Airbnb, ex Netflix, ex Meta piece of shit. You know, like I can't do that anymore, right? Because that's awful. Like I know I could if I wanted to keep doing that, but like it's been like 3 years since I worked at Airbnb at this point. So it's like, do I really want to like keep flexing that stupid title? Like probably not. Probably not. Even though like it is something that could make me more reliable, right? Or more consistent. So this is an interesting journey. Like I would say the big things here are like showing up every day, spending your time creating the content is the number one thing to remember is just like your voice matters and people want to follow you and they want to hear your voice. So another important thing that I think a lot of content creators think about is how much money they make, right? So I really didn't start creating content consistently until 2021. So like one of the things you might notice here is like this is my entire business creator revenue over the years, and you'll notice in 2021 and 2022 posted a zero, a nice beautiful zero. A zero is I don't know if you know, zero is it's a lot. It's actually no money at all, right? And so we'll talk a little bit more in like why I think that was actually something useful that made me more successful over the long run versus monetizing too early. I think that there's some interesting balances that you can do. Then when I decided to quit my job and build a business, in my first year it was like 700K. Second year was like 1.2 million. This year we're looking at about 1.8 million. So yeah, we're growing. And like a lot of this has to do with finding leads through LinkedIn. Some people wonder, like, does LinkedIn pay you? They do not. They do not pay you directly. And I'm a content creator on every platform. I have like 100,000 followers on 7 platforms, and so I'm very well aware of how all the platforms work. And LinkedIn is the only one that doesn't pay you. I get paid by every other platform directly, but LinkedIn doesn't pay you directly, but they pay you the best indirectly, right? Because they have the richest users. They have the users who are the most likely to give you money and buy your shit. So like if you're able to convert people from LinkedIn to your website or from LinkedIn to your offer page, you're going to be good. You're going to be Gucci. You're going to find your path forward that's going to work really, really well. And so that would be the way that I would think about going through this and stepping through the rest of this journey is don't think of LinkedIn as like, oh, I'm going to get a lot of views on LinkedIn and get paid, because they're not going to pay you. They're not going to pay you. They're going to pay you nothing. I'm on this crusade. I ping Ryan Roslansky about this like every couple months and being like, yo, LinkedIn creators deserve money. I mean, I don't need more money. Obviously, like I'm doing fine for myself as a content creator, but like I would love an extra couple $1,000 a month for creating on LinkedIn, because I mean I do millions of views every week. So but like this is going to be like, I think this is the dream for a lot of people, right? Is they want to have a business that they own, a life that they control, and a way that they can create their own life. And that is what I have found, right? And I've noticed that like through this journey, like I'm gonna go back one slide. So let's go back to this slide. So like for me, I noticed like in this journey, like really for me the moment when I felt the most pain was actually here in 2022. 2022 is when I had the most anxiety and mental health problems and issues, because like I like the universe was really forcing me. Like it was like, do you want big tech, or do you want to be a creator? Big tech or be a creator? Big tech or be a creator? And I was like, okay, I don't know what to do. And like I felt very lost in that moment. So let's go to the next slide. So, safe to say, LinkedIn changed my life, right? I am a new person. I'm a better person. I'm a stronger person. I'm a wiser person. And a lot of that it has to do with the wisdom and love that is shared between you guys and me. And I really, really appreciate each and every one of you for your follows and your likes and your comments and your shares, everything that makes my business more successful and makes me feel like I am giving back and providing value to you guys. So, let's go into a little bit more. So, there's a couple different things to be thinking about when you're thinking about brand, right? So, most people, when they think about me, right, they like they immediately think Zach equals data engineering, or they think Zach equals transparency, Zach equals empowerment. Some people have Zach equals ADHD, right? But like that's about it. Like, so one of the things to be thinking about when you're building a brand is like you get 4 words or 5 words. That's it. You get 4 or 5 words, and that's all you get, and that's what you can associate. Like because people, when they think about other people, they need to put them in very neat boxes. For better or for worse, they need to do that. It's called chunking. It's a psychological phenomenon called chunking, and that is the idea of like what do you want to be known for, right? And so for me it's like because I have made like 2,000 3,000 pieces of content on LinkedIn about data engineering, people are like, Zach is data engineering. And this is actually kind of painful for me because I don't know if you know, but data engineering is kind of falling out of style, and we are moving into this like stupid AI engineering space. And so for me, it's actually been a little bit harder to get people to buy my AI engineering products because they're like, Zach's a data engineer guy. He's not an AI engineer guy, even though like I know a lot about AI engineering too, right? So like when you're thinking about your brand, you need to be thinking about like the exact kind of focus, right? Oh, this is a good one. I think Zach equals energy. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people probably think I have energy too because I create a lot. I put a lot of content out. I try my best to like show up in the most I possibly can, and I try to show up with the highest level of energy I can. Um, in 2022, my friend William Bear, he taught me something super important, which is social capital is more important than financial capital. It's better to have a lot of people who love you. It's better to have a lot of people who want you to succeed for a lot of reasons. I think that like on a fundamental level, those are going to be your fans who are going to help you market, and ultimately they will give you more money in the future because they are just your super fans. The more super fans you have, the easier it is to market yourself. But on a more deeper cosmological level, you have the whole idea of like the more people who love you, the more karmic energy that you create, the more value that you have a loop. You have a loop and a value that kind of like generates a lot of energy because you have all this goodwill that you're giving to people, and all these people are wishing you goodwill, and then that kind of pushes you up. It pushes you up and pushes you up and pushes you up because it comes back to this whole idea of like with great power comes great responsibility. Like if you've ever heard the Spider-Man quote, that like you need to give back, right? So you need to be able to push the elevator down and send and elevate other people and elevate your students and your audience and give them value. Hopefully you give them a lot of free value. This is something that Alex Hermosi does as well. He gives an unbelievable amount of free value on his YouTube because at the end of the day, the most fundamental component of good business is give, take. That's the nature of business, right? So you want to be giving, 10 times more than you ask. So what about other things, some strategies, right? Because these are a little bit more tactical strategies that you can be thinking about. I obsessed over the Coffee Walks with Zach series. That was what. So when I was at 40,000 followers, I started the Coffee Walks with Zach series that I did every day for like 3-4 months, and that took me from 40K to 140K very quickly. And so that was one series that I really really loved. One of the reasons why that series worked so well is because it had a lot of social proof. It was like I met up with a random follower from LinkedIn in San Francisco, and then we'd go on a walk with my dog Lulu, and then we would talk for an hour, and then I'd take a selfie with them, and then put a summarization about like what we talked about. So that was beautiful because I think a lot of people think they don't know how to do networking, and they think networking means like cold DMing people for a referral on LinkedIn, which is an absolute dog shit way to network, right? Networking in person is so much better, and people fundamentally understand that networking in person is better, but they just don't want to put themselves out there to do it because most people are scared. Most people are scared, and when they see other people doing it, it gives them permission. And the thing is like I've seen like people who are inspired by me, who when I'm doing the coffee walks, I see other people who are like, okay, I want to do the coffee walks and I want to walk with people as well. And like it created like a movement, right? And one of the things that I loved about this series, right, is I would meet someone at 8 in the morning. We'd walk from 8 to 9. And then at 9 o'clock, I would have 8,000 steps. My dog would be tired. I would have had an hour of socialization, and I got my piece of content for the day, right? It's like, and so at 9 a.m., I have already won. Like, even if the rest of the day is absolute dog shit, it doesn't matter, right? Because I've already won, right? So, and this put me in a good rhythm because then I can post every day at 10 a.m. And so I'd have my coffee walk post, and then I'd have another post in the afternoon. So this makes it very easy to do two posts in one day, because one post was just a walk in the morning and it's just a summary. So that's another thing to be thinking about, is that it's documentation over creation. Documentation over creation is another really powerful strategy if you're trying to like create content, because like creative energy is like building from a place from within it's a lot more taxing. You can do it. I mean, that's why my boot camp energy is all from like within, which is like really intense. But like for most people, if you like document your life, you document who you talk to, and then like for most people, if you're a content creator, you would say document your life, but then live an interesting life. Live an interesting life that is worth documenting. So it's like, imagine you wake up every morning, you live your life like there's a camera crew filming your life, and this is your come up era. This is your Rocky era. This is the Eye of the Tiger starts playing, and dun, 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 and then it's just like you're able to go through all of that and like live your life in that way, that you are the star of your movie. And if you can do that, then if you genuinely believe that you're the star of your own movie, you will live a life that's worth documenting. And if you document the stories of your life, those stories will be viral. Those stories will be shareable. So like that's a big thing to remember. And also like other things to think about. The LinkedIn algorithm has been absolute shit this last like 6 months. It's been absolutely terrible. It's been really, really terrible. So you need to encourage people to hit notifications on your posts, just so that like they actually see them, so your super fans can still engage early. Because remember, when you post something on LinkedIn, the first 10 minutes essentially determine the life of that post. Like, so if you get like a certain number of likes and a certain number of comments in the first 10 minutes, that early engagement determines how viral the post is going to go. Right. So it's kind of like a battleground. So that's why like having people hit notifications on your posts matters a lot, because then they can engage early and then they can determine how viral you go. So like it's very important to get that group of 100 to 200 people who absolutely love you, who think that you are the best human being on the entire planet. And that goes back to like what I was saying in the previous slide about social capital is more important than financial capital. You just need to have 200 to 300 people who absolutely love you to get 500,000 followers. So yeah, let's keep going. So we're just going to do a little recap of some of my most viral posts from my time. And we're going to just kind of go over each viral post and kind of understand like why each one of these posts went viral and like what's going on. So the one on the bottom here, this one here, this was the post that actually about Count Star in your sequel. It's bad and unnecessary. That one is was my very, very first viral post on LinkedIn. And I remember I posted this in like March of 2021. And I was like, what the hell? What the hell just happened, dude? Like, I freaking, like, I don't even get it. I don't even understand why this went so viral, right? So that is like, why did this post go viral? Well, there's a bunch of reasons. Like, one of the reasons is that there's people, like, there's kind of a disdain for Select Star in the data engineering community. But then the thing is like, this post is actually debatable. Like, and it's nuanced, right? Where Count Star and Count One are like, it depends on the query engine, and it's actually like, then a lot of people like jumped in the comments and they did a bunch of tests and they like really wanted to fight it out and be like, is this better than this? And like, it turns out that like for most engines they're exactly the same, and then for other engines like Count Star is better, and for other engines Count One is better. So it's one that like, there's actually not, like, this is actually not a real best practice. It's it's something that we like is up for debate, and that's why there's 412 comments, right? So the next big one was here. This was in August of 2021. My company is offering temporary housing for 20,000 Afghan refugees. So a lot of times, like, if you can strike the iron when it's hot, right? So this happened right when Biden pulled out of Afghanistan, and there was all those images and videos of like all the terrible stuff that was happening in Afghanistan. And so this post was just very timely, and it kind of struck a chord with a lot of the pain and suffering that was happening in the world. So this is the most likes I've ever gotten. 72,000 likes is the most I've ever gotten on a post, right? And yeah, this post that I think it did like 6 million views, something like that. It was a lot for sure. And so I would say that one was good. Then this one here was the one about tech lead roles. This one was a couple months later. This one did 24,000 likes. This one is a lot about how, like, when I applied to Airbnb, I had 6 years of experience, even though the role said 10 years of experience. So like, this whole idea is like, be brave, try to get the jobs that you want. So part of it is inspiring. Part of it pisses people off because like, people are like, wow, Zach, like, you're privileged, right? Why do you get to have this amazing role when there's other people who have 10 plus years of experience who are more qualified, right? But then I got the role. And one of the reasons I got the role is because it was 2021 and it was like, you get a job. It was like Oprah and Jobs, right? So like, it was easier back then. So this was really good. It was funny. This post actually got Daliana in some hot water from Amazon, and and she didn't even post it. And this post did like freaking 8 million views. It was like way more than I expected. It's so short too. It's so snappy. One of the things you might notice is like, my most viral posts, like, they are very short and snappy, and they really resonate in that way. So I just want to go over a little bit more of these Coffee Walks posts, right? So one of the things that was beautiful about these Coffee Walks posts is they were very easy to create, right? And I got to meet so many people, and like, some of these friends, like Vino, amazing, right? Thuk, amazing. Ramona, amazing. Still have made some like good lifelong friends from doing these walks as well. And so like, I would take these selfies and just post a summary about what we talk about, right? It's that easy. It's honestly that easy. Like, I think you guys like might be overcomplicating like what is actually required for content creation, because generally speaking, conversations are interesting, right? And like, and with AI nowadays, I've actually thought that this becomes even easier, because like, I've wanted to like, there's like a pendant called Omi. Omi records your conversation. So what I would love to do is just like wear Omi, go on a walk with someone, and then have AI summarize it for me, and then I take the selfie, AI does the summary, and then it's just like so effortless, so effortless. Like, this stuff is getting even more and more easy as you kind of move on through your life. But like, remember, like, the reason why this works is because it's not scalable, right? Like it, just like they say that if you're a content or if you're a founder, right, it's do unscalable things first. And like, I don't know if you know, but meeting people one-on-one and going for a walk is very not scalable. That's literally the opposite of scalable. So that's how it works. So then in 2022, this is when I had my most like, I had my most fucking annoying post. I think most of y'all have probably seen this post. I think talking about compensation should be less taboo. This post, why did this go so viral? This went viral for a couple reasons. Is salary transparency is a taboo, and like that's part of it. Another part of it is that like my journey was really crazy. In 7 years, I went from 30K to 500K. That's just like a really intense journey. Part of that is because of relocating, but this post alone got me 60,000 followers. This post alone, right? And why did this post get me 60,000 followers, right? So it was at the crossroads of a couple different things. So at the time, Colorado and California had salary transparency on the ballot, right? They were voting on whether or not we should require salary transparency to be in job postings. So we were right at the turn of a cultural moment, right? You'll notice like if I went and posted this again, right, on LinkedIn, it would do much worse. It would probably get like it would not get 14,000 likes. It would get like 200 likes or 300 likes, right? It's not going to get the same amount because you got to understand what's viral at one moment is not necessarily viral at another moment, right? So one of the essences of being a good content creator is capturing lightning in a bottle. So like this is probably the best I ever did at it, was capturing lightning in the bottle. So when I posted this went super viral. This did 12 million views. Also from this, I was featured in Forbes. I was featured in Business Insider. I was featured just like in like 4 or 5 different magazines. And I was like, wow. And this after making this post, this was my first instinct of like, wow, I should probably leave Airbnb. I should probably quit my job at Airbnb and freaking move on and move to the next thing. I think this is also when I started alienating my first group of followers, because one of the things you might notice about like these first couple posts, like my first set of viral posts, is they're a lot more wholesome. They're a lot more wholesome and connected, right? And I think this is when I went from being like a creator that everybody loved to a creator that some people hated. And like honestly, like I was okay with that, because at the end of the day, like once you hit a certain level of notoriety and a certain level of fame, you have to have haters for the most part. It's like a requirement. It comes with the territory. And so I was like, okay, let's accelerate that process. Then 2023 was when I started making my content about quitting my job and going insane. I don't think I really like when I didn't have as many viral bangers in 2023 as I did in other years, because like I was very, very focused on building my business. And I think in 2023, I mostly had like a lot of like posts that did like 400K and 500K impressions. And I didn't have as many like banger posts. And so this was the big thing for me this year, was like, I quit my job. You can quit your job. Oh my God, it's so amazing. I love my life. This is so great. Everything's so exciting and wonderful and holy shit. Right. And like that's great and all, but like I mean, like I think y'all got sick of me after a while, because one of the things that happened for me that I noticed was my content started resonating less with people. And one of the reasons why my content had started resonating less with people is most people aren't entrepreneurs. Most people aren't creators. So I became less relatable because I'm not a corporate engineer anymore. I'm not working a 9 to 5 job anymore. So my content, I recognized that I needed to switch my content up if I wanted to keep growing and keep getting better and keep making my content better. I couldn't just obsess over the fact that I'm an entrepreneur making so much money. I have to like do other things to grow, right? And so that's when 2024 was this was the year of a bunch of free shit and pranks. So this is where I leaned back into the idea of social capital is worth more than financial capital. And so I launched my entire paid product for free on YouTube. So the boot camp that I filmed in 2023, in the summer of 2023, I actually released in winter of 2024 for free on YouTube. Some of y'all have probably taken this boot camp. It's called the community boot camp now. That's what I call it. I also have my most viral April Fool's joke. I crush it every year with April Fools, every single year. This is the year I talked about how I landed a job at OpenAI. I was actually interviewing at OpenAI. It was like I feel like I manifested my rejection because I posted this I posted this OpenAI April Fools, and then my on-site interview was on April 3rd. And so I did the full loop on April 3rd, and like I already posted on LinkedIn that I got the job, which I think is why the universe made it so I got rejected. I like manifested my own defeat. Pretty beautiful stuff. But like my whole point being is that like I noticed that like if I wanted to keep growing as a creator, I couldn't just post about like, hey, I'm a corporate engineer, or hey, like I'm a relatable corporate guy who works in big tech, right? Or like worship me because I worked at Airbnb. That shit doesn't work anymore because I don't work at Airbnb anymore. I have to do something different. I have to actually provide genuine value to help people. This is also the year I started creating a lot deeper educational content, a lot deeper. Just like the depth of my teaching content got a lot better. That's why it's a bunch of free shit and pranks. Is the free shit was really really good. So that's how I kind of reignited my growth that slowed down in 2023. And then this year, 2025. I call this the year of beef and Bangalore. So I don't know if you guys knew, but like over the summer, I had about a 2-month beef with Databricks, the company Databricks, and I boycotted their summit this year, and that's right now my boycott post, my boycotting Databricks post is my most viral post of 2025. That is it's right up there with my Bangalore posts, right? Because I had two very very good Bangalore posts. I can tell that travel is in my future. I know I need to go to more cities and more places and do more things, and that will allow me to like connect with people on a deeper level. I know I'm going to be speaking in front of bigger crowds. I know I'm going to be able to like do more keynotes, and that's just a big part of my future. And so this year was also about beef, right? Because I just like I've been trying to get better connections with these cloud providers, and it's been much harder than I thought it was going to be. And so yeah, I would say that those are going to be the big things that like were really a part of this journey. Other things to be thinking about, right, when you're like being a content creator, right, is you got to get people to care, right? You gotta disrupt their psyche, right? Because I think a lot of you want to be teachers. A lot of you want to share your tech skills or your tech information. But one of the things of like why you guys aren't successful and why I'm successful is because like I get people to care. I get people to like think about it. Like I get people to like, wow, like what is this guy even doing? Like what like there's like this like emotional like yeah, just like what Carlos is saying. It went viral because it creates dissonance. So there's two ways you can go viral. You can go viral with dissonance or you can go viral with resonance, right? So like if we go back um this post went viral for both resonance and dissonance. Resonance for the fact that like a lot of people are tired of compensation being hidden. Dissonance because a lot of people are like, wow, Zach's just a bragging piece of shit, right? And so like that's why this one went so viral, because it was a combination. And if you think about this one here, this I applied to a tech lead role at Airbnb. This one is mostly resonance. This one, the Afghan refugee post is very deeply resonance. So like you can have all sorts of things. One of the things you might notice though is that like a lot of these posts from 2021 and 2022 is 9,000, 24,000, 72,000, and then like here we have 14,000, and then like what? Then we have here like 1,000, and then here we have like 6,000, right? And then here we have like freaking 3,000, 5,000, right? So like one of the things that has happened over the last 2 years for LinkedIn is that like LinkedIn has made the algorithm less viral. So it's a lot harder to go viral on LinkedIn in 2025 than it was in 2021, like by far. Like I have to try so much harder. Like the last time I got 10,000 likes on a post, I was just a boy. Like it's been a long time. It's been a long time since I got 10,000 likes. But my goal now is like if I can get a post that does 2,000 likes or 3,000 likes, it moves my business forward. And my goal is to get a lot of those as opposed to like trying to hit it out of the park with something that does 70,000 likes, because it's like it's so hard to like consistently do that. Like it's like pretty much impossible. So like how has the LinkedIn algorithm changed since then, right? So it really prioritizes consistency a lot more now. So it's like it's much better to show up like on a regular basis. It's much better to have a scroll stopper of some kind. So like it's not as much about likes and reshares anymore. It's about comments and dwell time. So like you can have a post that has like comments and dwell times on it, right? Yeah, it's great. What do you say? Why do you pick on the LinkedIn CEO? Isn't that dangerous for your brand? No. Like, I mean, what's he gonna do? What, he's gonna ban me? Okay, great, great. I'll just go to YouTube, bro. It's fine. Like, like you gotta understand that. Like, I'm not picking on the LinkedIn CEO. I'm just telling him like I am upset with the algorithm, and I give him regular feedback on the algorithm. That's exactly what I do, right? And like if he wants to block me or ban me for giving regular, genuine, honest feedback to the algorithm, that's fine. That will just make me that will make me go more viral. You got to understand, because like I'm being honest and upfront and speaking my truth, and truth never it never loses. It wins over some long enough time frame. Like if I speak my truth and I am like saying this is what I see the algorithm doing, and then the LinkedIn CEO bans me from LinkedIn, then I can go on Twitter and be like, here's how I got banned from LinkedIn with 500,000 followers, right? And then the thing is like then I'll just have reach on Twitter, right? Or then I'll have reach on YouTube. I go make a YouTube video about how I got banned on LinkedIn for speaking my truth, right? And it's like that's a very interesting story, right? So that's what I'm trying to say is that like, yeah, like I would say it's dangerous for my brand in a different way. It's dangerous for my brand in the fact that like other brands might see me picking on the LinkedIn CEO and they're like, ooh, we don't want to like do a brand deal with Zach because he's too spicy. He's a spicy boy. But that's the like, I don't do brand deals. I don't do sponsorship. I don't do that stuff because I don't need the money, right? I can just freaking get students, right? I love to teach you guys directly. And I love like being independent in that way. And you guys individually allow me to freaking actually go forward with my vision, right? And that is what's so beautiful is there's so many different ways to be a content creator. And the way that I have chosen is the most free because I don't have to be brand aware. I don't have to think about like, oh, what does this company think or that company think when I post something? I can just post however I feel and be genuine and honest. And that's one of the reasons why I grow so quickly is because like I am a real human being, right? I'm not a corporate, a corporate, polished human being. I'm a real human being. So that is essentially the big things that I would say that you would want to be thinking about as you grow, right? Actually from this post, I want to let's go to the next post because we have our special offer, right? So if you want to get the special offer here, there's gonna be two here, right? Oh, I forgot to finish this slide, so if you're looking to get the absolute best deal on my January challenge, you can use code 500K for 50% off for the next hour only. So for the rest of this live and the next hour or so, you can use the code 500K to get 50% off. This is a little bit better than the Black Friday deal. That's why you guys get to be rewarded here because you can do that, right? So let me just show you like what that looks like. So you can go to dataexpert.io/500K. And then you can go and you'll see you can get in for a very reasonable price. You can get in for $100 a month for the all access subscription or $62 a month if you buy it yearly, or you can get into the Snowflake bootcamp for $1,500. You can get into my 15-week bootcamp for $3,700. There's all sorts of other options here as well. Like if you want to do the AI engineering bootcamp in the spring, this one will be $1,500. Or the Databricks bootcamp in February, that one will also be $1,500, as well as the Content Pass. You can get the Content Pass right now for $50 a month, right? Because you can use it for this as well. So, and this Content Pass also has hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of content that you can use to learn more about, right? And if you are interested and want to learn more about these things, you can also book a discovery call and you can talk with Mitali. I highly recommend taking me up on this 15-week challenge. This is going to be the best money that you can get here, right? Where we'll be covering all sorts of stuff in here. There's going to be 5 weeks on Databricks, 5 weeks on Snowflake, 5 weeks on AI engineering, and it's going to be a beautiful time. Anyways, I want to well, let's go back to the this slide here, and let's go ahead and I want to I'm gonna put this in the chat here as well. So there we go. There's you can go to dataexpert.io/500k, but I also want to open it up to any questions that y'all might have. Let's did you get any interested with your VC funding quest? Yeah, 100%. I have a lot of calls right now, right? Yeah, I think that that's going to be the I'm in the process right now, slowly getting more and more people to like be more interested in Tech Creator. That's one of the reasons why like I'm kind of like shifting away from the bootcamp model, right? Is I'm going to be raising money to build Tech Creator and build my platform. And that's why this 15-week challenge is the last one, right? Because that's going to be the way that I'm going to do it. On your last post about platform partnerships, my question is AWS, Snowflake, Databricks, or staying solo bolo. My question is, yeah, what is your question, Ibrahim? I love it. Love it. Yeah. If you guys are interested in getting 50% off, right? This is going to be the best deal. This deal is only open for the next hour. Really hope you guys can take advantage of it. Here we go. What's a bigger concern for you, the potential technical debt and integration lock-in, or ensuring the platform's certification actually has the marketability to help your students, right? Yeah. What kind of camera do you use? It looks very blurry. It is blurry right now. I'm using my piece of shit MacBook camera because I'm packed up. My good camera is packed up right now, and because I'm driving to Utah right after this, so I need to go. But okay, you're saying what's a bigger concern for you in this decision, the potential technical debt and integration lock-in, or ensuring the platform's certification actually has the marketability to help your students get jobs? I mean, it's going to be both, right? But it's like part of it is that, but then part of it is like I would want support by these platforms. I would want support. Like it's like if I'm going to build a pathway to like if I'm going to build a funnel of students to Databricks, or I'm going to build a funnel of students to Snowflake, like I'm not going to do that for free, you know? Like I need support from the platform side as well, right? It's like, and that's where it's very interesting because like that's like part of the problem, right? I think you're saying by weighing those two factors, the right choice for your brand might become clearer. There are more factors that I considered. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is what it is, right? Have you ever had to work with a know-it-all boss who can't admit they're wrong? Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I remember that happened when I worked at Facebook. My boss at Facebook, like he thought that like we could just take bucketing off of the user table. Keep in mind the user table was like was used by 100,000 downstream pipelines. And he was like, oh, we can just take bucketing off. And I was like, no, we can't. It's going to break a bunch of shit. And then he was like, no, we can definitely do it. And then we took bucketing off, and then like 50,000 pipelines broke, just like I said. And I was like, bro, listen, right? It's good. Yeah. Yep. I already enrolled into Content Pass bill monthly. I want to end that and switch to all access content. Could you please help me to switch? Yeah, just go ahead, and if you want to switch, can you reach out to Matali? Matali can help you switch. 100%. Like you should already be in the Discord for that. So yep, or just email support@dataexpert.io. It's gonna be the other place to do it. So yep, you can get that right. If the dude from Maven turns problematic, right? You said not monetizing your audience early was a good call. Why was that? I think there's a couple of reasons. One is it just builds up. It just builds up anyways. I vividly remember this June 28th, 2023, when I launched V2 of my bootcamp. June 28th, 2023. I made $100,000 in one day. And so it just kind of like builds up, right? Just kind of builds up. And that's a big thing because like if you're not selling anything, people are aware. They can smell it on your brand. They can smell it. Like they know when you're not selling anything because like the genuineness of it allows you to grow faster, right? Yeah. Is it worth using AI to generate LinkedIn posts? I would think that like you want to do it, but only if it's grounded. Like you need to have grounding, right? So for me, I use AI for about 25% of my posts now. But one of the things you got to remember is that like if it's obvious that people can tell that it's AI, then that's going to be a big problem, right? And it's not going to perform well. But like if you can figure out a way to make it so people can't tell it's AI by grounding it with like RAG or with like your own voice, then like you'll be good, right? Yeah. Zach, I'm interested in using LinkedIn to get entry-level position using consistent posting, but I'm new to the data engineering field. How would you recommend approaching this without the high level of value proposition that you initially started with? Well, I mean, part of that is you need to be a couple things here, right? So you need to probably comment more. You need to like comment and engage in discussions on other people's posts. That's probably going to be where you're going to get the best bang for your buck. And then you can learn from that content and kind of create your own content. That's probably the best way to do it. And then also just reach out to people in the DMs. Reach out to people in the DMs and try to schedule coffee chats. That's going to be the best strategy, right? Can you describe your cluster setup for the workshops? How many servers do you use? What kind? I mean, so we do only use services. So I don't have clusters because like I'm one person, right? And like I much rather leverage services because services make my life easier. So, but like we give you access to Snowflake, we give you access to Databricks, we give you access to AWS. AWS is mostly Glue, right? So that's going to be the big thing to be thinking about, right? Is going to be that. Like I tried out setting up Spark EMR for like my V2 bootcamp. We did use Spark EMR, but it just ended up being way more headache than I wanted it to be. Where Glue was cheaper, easier to manage, and like just better for students. And so I would say that that's going to be the big difference would be like that kind of stuff, right? Yeah, and so I don't know, like yeah, I'm so right now, guys. I'm answering questions for about another 15 minutes, and just remember, like, if you want to get the best deal of the year on my boot camps, you can go to dataexpert.io/500K, and then you can get an amazing deal on whatever you want to buy. This applies to every single product. You can apply this 50% off discount. I never offer this to everybody, right? Is AI also worth using Go for generating Substack blog posts? I just don't think that you should just use AI, right? It's like if you aren't adding anything and you're just using AI, that's probably not a good idea. It's probably not a good idea. The main reason why it's not a good idea is because like then you're just contributing to the AI slop, right? Like you should also be using like your own judgment when you're creating content, right? Like if you're not adding anything and you're just saying like AI generate me a magic newsletter, like I hate you. And stop doing that. Like just don't do that, right? But if you actually are adding more value to the content, that's great. What's your favorite way to implement SCD2 dimension, right? Yeah. Yeah. So I would say CDC, change data capture. Change data capture is something that we actually cover in the bootcamp. Let me go over that with you guys real quick. The change data capture is something like, so you'll see in this, we have this Snowflake bootcamp here, this DBT Snowflake bootcamp, and you'll see we actually do cover change data capture. So if you recreate SCD type 2 from change data capture, it's very, very easy. It's an extremely easy transformation to do. And that's probably my favorite way to do it. And you can join this bootcamp. We start January 6th, and I can teach you everything about how to recreate that stuff, right? Someone was saying about the hey Zach, does subscribing to all access data subscription give one's access to the platforms such as Snowflake, AWS, etc. that Databricks supports or that Data Expert supports? Yeah. So if you get the all access subscription, you'll get a Databricks account, Astronomer account. You'll get access to a GitHub, and then you'll get an AWS key. You'll get let me show you like when you sign up what happens, right? Just give me 1 second. Let me show you what happens. 1 second. Where is it? Okay, so you'll when you sign up, you'll go to this onboarding page, right? So then in this onboarding page, you will get access to a bunch of things, right? So like we can try to it will. So here's my so you'll get access to like an Astronomer account where you can connect, right? And then these are all the different accounts that you can connect to. So then it will give you a Snowflake username and password. It will give you a Databricks account that you can connect to, an OpenAI key that you can use to build AI applications. You can use GitHub. Like you'll connect to GitHub, both the free and the paid GitHubs, right? And so yeah, and then this is just immediately you get access to all these cloud platforms, and then you can just go in and you can start learning immediately. So yeah, 100%. Like, and it's very, very cheap, right? For $100 a month, it's very, very cheap, especially given that we give you cloud, right? So say here. as a solo developer, can you get data engineering consulting gigs, or because it's big data, it requires a team? I don't think because it's big data, it requires a team. That's like a lot of companies have one data engineer and they have a lot of data. So like I would say that that's can do that. Can we plan this internal mock interviews within Data Expert? I want to set that up. That's something, one of my goals for 2026 is to get more mock interviews. So that is a part of the mentorship program. Like, so if you go to the front page here and you look at this, you see this mentor support. So your mentor will offer you a mock interview. Like if you need a mock interview, you can get a mock interview. So that's definitely something to be thinking about, right? So did you get referrals for your tech roles? No, I did not. Are there any other SCD types that you think are contextually very important, or is it ride or die for SCD2? I have a video on that. I think it's mostly ride or die SCD2, like especially like if you actually care about pipelines that are idempotent and can be backfillable, then like SCD2 is like the only way to go. I have a very long article about that actually. Like if you guys like want to learn more, like I have this this one, the data warehouse setup that no one taught you. This is another, like, this talks all about that stuff. And we also talk about this one, SCD2 considered harmful, just to talk a little bit more about like, maybe don't even use SCD2. There's probably another way to do things. So, and that's the way that you can be thinking about, right? So, I would say that those are going to be the big things, right? And like, you'll notice as like you do that, oh, we have another one here. When I should start in creating content, I plan to start small from Excel, then go into data engineering and coding, but I'm not a data engineer yet. Do that. Excel content goes super viral. Sometimes I think about going into Excel because like the number of people who actually resonate with Excel content is super high, right? Because there's way more people who use Excel than are data engineers, right? The number of people who actually use Excel is so high. So like, yeah, that's a big thing to be thinking about as like you're kind of going through this journey, right? Is like, you can definitely do that. Definitely make Excel content. I love that idea. There's a lot of space. Do you have content about distributed compute? Any tips on how to learn distributed compute? Yes. Like, so in this 15-week challenge, you'll notice in here we're going to cover things like the Spring Data Engineering Bootcamp. We'll have a lot of content similar to the Spring Data Engineering Bootcamp where we talk about Databricks and advanced Spark, data lakes with Delta Table, Spark structured streaming, Kafka to Delta Live Table, managing unstructured data. All this stuff is super important, like for distributed compute. But if you care more about like Snowflake also has distributed compute. And with that, we have these 3 hours on advanced Snowflake right here that you can also join. And you could do both if you want. Like that's there are a lot of people who do both and get a lot of value. Make a post describing how to optimize your Tinder profile from a data point of view. That's super funny. Like that's a good one, right? Subscribing right away. Thank you for the value add that you provide, Zach Wilson. Yeah, for sure, Abin. I really appreciate you. I think that's really, really good, right? Someone's asking about how to get a referral into big tech. Well, you just got to freaking keep making content and like engaging with people and like networking and sending cold DMs and like and asking people for coffee chats and getting rejected. Nine times out of 10 you get rejected, and the one time that you don't get rejected, you get a yes. And then you talk with them, and then they learn about you, and then you build a relationship, and then that person may or may not refer you, and then you try again, right? And so that's the way to do it. Which cloud holder bigger share of data engineering in USA? It's AWS. Well, AWS and Databricks go together. They go together, right? So like you can use AWS and Databricks together. Which bootcamp should I go for if I'm an absolute beginner, provided you said that data engineering is going out of fashion and AI engineering is the next big thing? Abhishek, if you have freaking AI, or if you have Python skills, like I hate the word absolute beginner because you typed this. So obviously you know how to type, so you're not a complete absolute beginner. But there's this, the Spring 2026 bootcamp. This is where I would say this is a good place to be. Like in here, you need to just have some Python skills. Right, I would say that's going to be the way that you would go about this March bootcamp is probably where you would want to go if you want to learn AI engineering specifically. That's going to be the big one. So yeah, we have about 5 minutes. I can take a couple more calls here or a couple more questions here. Remember, like if you just use code 500K at checkout, so Data Expert IO /500K, that can get you significant discounts. Oh yeah, I want to talk a little bit. I forgot about this. I want to talk a little bit about. I'm doing an event on December 13th and 14th. It's going to be really amazing. Like it's going to be an event in San Francisco where we are going to go. It's called the Senior to Staff Summit. So if you're a senior engineer looking to become a staff engineer, then this is a really, really great place to be. So we have amazing people: Prasad Rao, Steve Huen, Aishwarya Srinivasan, Carly Taylor, and me. We're all going to work together to give you a very good experience on how to get promoted from senior to staff. So it's 2 days. It's a 2-day event, 13th and 14th. And then you can also get this for 50% off as well. So you can go in here and get this for 50% off. And that will be another really great way that you can like level up your skills. If you can also, if you're interested in joining this, let me send this to you guys. This is a very, very good event. This event's going to be freaking amazing. So you can check it out here, seniortostaff.techcreator.io. That's going to be the way to go about it. That like you can really join this event, and we're gonna be promoting this event really hard over the next couple days, and I'm excited to see where we can go with this. But like it's going to be 2 full days. We're going to be talking all about like how to get promoted, how to interview, how to craft your story, how to actually become a leader, and how to actually get that staff role in big tech. If you're interested in becoming like an engineering leader, this is exactly where you want to be. And like it's hybrid. It's a hybrid event. So like if you are interested in taking it online, you can take it online as well. And we can, if you reach out to me, I can get you a little bit of a bigger discount if you take it online, because we only have 50 seats. There's only 50 seats in person, but online you can take we can take as many people as we want, right? So so this is gonna be another one where you can use the code, right? I want to make sure the code's actually working here. I think it should work. Okay, good. Yeah, the 500K code does still work here as well. So you can get into this event for like $600, right? $648. That's going to be probably one of the best deals that you will find for this event. It's a brand new event. I'm trying out. Like it's going to be really, really amazing, and I'm going to be talking more about it here over the next couple days. But it's on December 13th and 14th, and I really am really, really excited to see you guys there. It should be really good. Is batch data modeling different than streaming data modeling? No, not. I mean, not at the end of the day. I mean, well, they can be different. It depends on like what the use case is, right? Is it still worth it to learn Java for DE, or is Java more for backend roles? I would say it's more for backend roles, but like, I mean, there's still a lot of companies that use Scala and they use the JVM stack, right? So yeah, what is a good course to begin with? Someone beginner who wants to learn data engineering and excel in it. Also take on DE being replaced by AI. So like I have another academy, right? So if you go to learn, like here you go. If you go to learn.dataexpert.io, that's where you're gonna go, right? So if we go learn.dataexpert.io, this is where you have the Data Expert Community Academy. This is completely free. You can go here, and then there's the absolutely free Beginner Data Engineering Bootcamp, and then you have the Bootcamp Community Edition. So these two things have about like 30-40 hours of content that you can work through. That can be another really solid place that you can learn, right? This is only available for another couple of weeks, and then I'm taking it down. But this is where I would say if you really want to learn and get in for free and you're a beginner, this is where I would definitely start, right? So yeah, amazing. I'm excited to see what you guys are all about. Like this is going to be a really good time. I really, really recommend checking out this senior to staff event. It's going to be amazing. Like the fact that we got all of these creators together, like you see who's on the list here. This list of creators is absolutely insane. We have like between all of us, we have like millions and millions of followers. So like, yeah, it's going to be great. This course looks so useful, but I wonder if you address in the course how to approach this as someone who is an underrepresented demographic in tech. The path to success is so much harder for us and probably requires different tactics. I mean, like I teach technical skills. I don't have underrepresented demographic stuff. I don't go into that space. Like I would say that you would probably want to hire a coach to maybe supplement with this, right? Because keep in mind, this is $100 a month. $100 a month. Like I'm like that's what is the way to be thinking about things, right? Want to get a remote job as a data engineer? What is a good path for it? Build a good portfolio project. Like maybe start with contracting work, right? I'd say that those are going to be the big things. Like that's going to be the really big solid way to go, for sure. Yeah, I'm like this is gonna be great. So like this event for senior to staff, this is the 2 day event is gonna be in person, right? And it's gonna be in downtown San Francisco. And if you are interested in joining this, right, it's going to be 2 8-hour workshops, right, where you can meet in person. You can meet all of these people in person, right? It's going to be sick, right? Do you recommend normal people to do their own domain or just use GitHub? Like, you can do whatever you want, man. Like I would say like the more that you brand yourself, the better, right? If you have your own .com, that's better. That's just better, right? So I would say that that's probably what would be my strategy, right? So, yeah, John Payne, congrats on your success. Yeah, for sure. Thank you. Thank you so much. Like, I want to just end this one more time with like, so from Data Expert, right? We have we can go into here and you can use code 500K, right? So 500K, turns this $7,500 payment into a $3,700 payment, and you can join and get tons of mentor support, tons of connection, and just learn a lot about data, right? Yeah. Which course is best for A to Z stuff? Like, I mean, I don't know what that even means, man. Right. Amazing. Well, thank you guys so much for showing up today. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Like, this journey to 500K has been nothing short of extraordinary. And I hope to catch you guys as I go to 1 million. I'll get to 1 million eventually. I'll see you guys back here in like 2032, and we will be at 1 million then, and we'll sail off into the sunset, and we will be super rich. So yeah, hope you guys have a fantastic Monday. I'm heading out to Utah now. Gotta make a drive out to Utah.